Ngihlanganele ixhegu likaxa iqhele elimuncu kubuqedu qedu.
That's that thing, dude. That's the gods must be crazy. Do it again. we tried to do it in some podcasts. Do it again, man. That was awesome. Go. Was that you?
Oh, you want me to do it again?
Yeah!
Ngihlanganele ixhegu likaxa iqhele elimuncu kubuqedu qedu.
Yeah, of course. Nobody talks like that here, dude. You own the room. Maybe. Rock. Again. Wouldn't it be awesome if the whole time he's like in that language saying Kevin Smith movies suck? What is that? What do you call that?
That's
Speaking.
Xhosa.
What is it called?
Xhosa.
And whose language is that?
The Xhosa speaking people.
You just lost your role in that fucking movie. That is awesome. We were talking about this podcast, trying to imitate that and do it. And that means something? That's not just fun?
Would you like to make a movie
in that language? No, man. I gotta talk to Steve Soderbergh. He made Shay in a foreign language. Nobody win. But if I made that one, people might go because they're like, you're kidding. That's a language? You're like, oh, yes. I love it, man. How long did it take to learn to speak like that? Probably since you were
actually, I can teach the whole audience in about 30 seconds.
The fuck out of here. Come on stage. Come on stage. Do it up here.
I'll do it.
I'm so glad that Steve Jobs.
There are 4 consonants that I'm going to teach you. Everybody has to respond. The first one is C, and it sounds like a bicycle. Can I hear you say?
What you say? It sounds like a bicycle?
Yeah, like when the bicycle's rolling.
Do it again. Do it again. No, that sounds like crickets.
All right. Crickets. Okay, the next one is an X. This one is a little bit tough. It's a lateral one. Like you're mad. Why did you do that to me?
Or like you're trying to fuck someone in the 20s. Like she's good looking.
Let's move on. 30 seconds. True. The next one is a Q. It sounds like Kokota. Alright, now I'm gonna make a sentence. Kokota. Okay, let's see. Kokota ucele ikoko.
What does that mean?
Knock and ask for a frog that you're going to use in your next movie, eh?
Knock and ask for a frog?
For a frog.
A frog?
Yeah, that you're going to use in your next movie.
I was going to use the other one in my next movie. Knock and ask for... Do it again. One more time for everybody. Oh, that's so cool.
Woo! Go, Sanelle!
Everybody humor him. Go, I can't do it, dude. I was trying. I was looking real closely at your mouth.
You're getting close.
Yeah.
There's only 3 consonants, so...
I don't think my mouth is made to do that. It's made to eat. It doesn't excel. It works.
Okay, let's try this question then.
Okay.
How does an independent filmmaker get an A-list actor?
How does an independent filmmaker
get an A-list actor in the film?
Get an A-list actor in the film? I don't know. I've always kind of wondered how that happened myself. Like, we didn't do that on the first movie. You know, we just had people that I knew and shit. So after that, people had seen the movie, and so it was easier to get more well-known people into the movie. I wouldn't say I've ever worked with an A-list actor except Bruce Willis. Please don't tell Ben Affleck I said that. That was my first time. I don't know how they do it. I guess if they like the material enough, they'll do it. I mean, that was in the 90s. That was like the bread and butter. Everybody, a bunch of famous people were doing small movies and such. Now nobody got any money, so now everybody expects to get paid to be in your movie.
Would you say it's actually has to do with the success of the movie having an A-list actor?
I'm sorry.
Would that help the movie succeed if you have an A-list actor?
Does it help him get seen? Well, conventional wisdom dictates yes. Like, it's definitely easier to tell you something if you're familiar with some or all of the moving parts. But there are, indie film is all about, you don't need a fucking A-list actor to be noticed. I mean, it was the picture that came out, the spooky ghost, a lady standing staring at her husband for 5 hours movie. Paranormal Activity. No famous people in that, just like, a couple and shit. And a famous ghost. So you don't need a fucking star to pull it off. If your concept is kind of captivating enough, you don't need A-list talent at all. But it helps, I'm not gonna lie. It's like, yeah, it fucking helps. It helps you walk into a room going, like, I wanna make this movie, and this person wants to do it. They're like, oh, they're definitely more inclined to listen. You got some star power behind it. But I don't know, that's why I never conducted my career that way. I just, luckily, I was friends with people that got famous and successful, and they owed me shit. So I would just always be like, yeah, and Isabel Parker's going to be in it too. And they'd be like, are you? And the guy would be like, yeah, I guess I get it. I don't know why. I keep going to his set. He keeps telling me, put dicks in my mouth. I don't understand why I keep going. But that's helpful if you know some famous people before they get famous and shit. But you don't need a famous person to make a movie. Yeah, it's going to help it get seen a little bit more, but don't do it for that, because you can't not make the movie, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about the end game in terms of like, who's going to see it, who's going to buy it, will I be rich, will I be fat like him? Just make the movie, man, that's the most important part.
I'm already starting to get there.
I'm sorry?
I'm already starting to get there.
You're starting to get that?
Yeah. Well, one last question. What advice would you have for independent filmmakers that are sitting in this platform?
What advice do I have for them? Make Clerks. No, I mean, go out and tell your story, man. It's like, that's the business may have changed in the 15 years I've been doing it, but that part of it hasn't changed. People like interesting stories. People like stuff that fucking speaks to them. You don't have to fucking capture the whole universe, man. Make your own little audience. That's all I've been doing for the last few years, just talking to one group of people and shit like that. Some people, want a big audience and shit, but I'd say any audience is good, But I have the benefit of being able to say that because my film got picked up, and I've been doing this for a few years. But right about now, I guess it sounds kind of dopey to be like, oh, just get the movie out there and worry about what happens later on. And it's just like, hey, movies cost money, you fat fuck. Like, we need to worry now. And then he threw me off my game because I'm like, look, all I do is tell jokes about my dick. I don't know what to tell you. But just tell the story that you want to tell, because chances are, look, you tell a story about these fuckers, I'm watching it. I don't know anybody who knows people like that. And says, boom, I'm there. That's why I watch The Guys Must Be Crazy.
Thank you.
May all of your movies be better than Jersey. Yes.